Ross Hillman here with an encouraging word for you today from my devotional TGIF Today God is First. Today's message is blessing those who curse you. 1 Samuel 16:11 and 12 says, "Leave him alone, let him curse, for the Lord has told him to. It may be that the Lord will see my distress and repay me with good for the cursing I'm receiving today." As David's enemies were increasing and he was fleeing the city from his son Absalom, who was seeking to take his throne, a man named Shimei began heaving rocks and cursing him as he passed by. Cursing the king was against the law, so David had every right to cut off the man's head, as his generals were encouraging him to do. Here we see the difference between Saul and David in their response to those who would seek to do them harm. This is the defining difference between a leader who seeks to lead through a vertical dimension with God versus a horizontal fix-it mode. God knew David as a man after his own heart, yet David was a murderer, an adulterer, and had failed in many areas of his life. But one thing separated this leader from all the rest. He had a heart that sought to please God and be in his will. When David blew it, he repented. What is the purpose God desires to accomplish with the estranged relationship you may have with someone? Has he brought this affront to find out what is in your heart today? Will you seek revenge and solve the problem yourself? Or will you find the grace to allow God to carry out vengeance in his time if it is needed? When I learned this lesson to stay vertical with God and avoid the trap of fixing things in my own energies, it was a day of freedom. No longer was it my problem. We must examine our own heart in these matters, but if we are clean, then this affront is for character building. It is the only way God builds the deepest level of character in his saints. A.W. Tozer tells us it is doubtful whether God can bless a man greatly until he has hurt him deeply. God actually raises up storms of conflict in relationships at times in order to accomplish that deeper work in our character. We cannot love our enemies in our own strength. This is graduate level grace. Are you willing to enter this school? Are you willing to take the test? If you pass, you can expect to be elevated to a new level in the kingdom, for he brings us through these tests as preparation for greater use in the kingdom. You must pass the test first. You know, anytime we are going to have an upgrade with God, there usually is a test before that happens. And, loving our enemies and forgiving others and really being a kingdom leader requires us to pass that graduate level test. So I pray today that you will be able to pass that test and God will be able to entrust you with a bigger vision. Have a great day. God bless. By the way, if you're not reading the devotional, you can read this devotional that I'm reading by picking it up on our bookstore at TGI Bookstore. It's a nice leather-bound, Bible-like book with gold foil edges. It's a very high-quality book. So check it out on our bookstore or visit our website at todaygodisfirst.com to get the email devotional. God bless. Have a great day.